We are talking about your mother now. If your husband, the first perspective is insecurity. I'm going to speak from mother's or mother-in-law's perspective in general. I want you to listen and understand fully and then come to any conclusion. All the 5 points may or may not apply to your mother-in-law or mother, but that doesn't mean that all these things are not there out. No, there are so many people, those who are having one or all of these things. So let us listen fully and then let us understand subjectively. Every mother or mother-in-law, when they marry their son to someone, they feel insecure. The insecurity is natural, because till then there was nobody else who can take her place in her children's heart. And whereas after marriage, the story is going to be upside down. Most of the time, husband may not listen, but most of the time, son or sons will listen to mother's words. And now, that only person who's going to obey and love and loved only person from the day one, and her entire joy, of loving her son is now to be shared with someone else. So therefore, there's a huge perspective of insecurity happens. What happens after few days? Will this person who enters the house will safeguard me or not? Will allow me to love or not? Or I am going to be left out behind or not? All these things will come. The second thing is possessiveness. What is possessiveness? Only I should love, and only I know about my son more, and only I will do cooking or whatever it is. Therefore, you can't take decision, you can't involve. This is my son and my only. Because of all these possessiveness, also conflicts happen from mother or mother-in-law's perspective. The third one is generation gap, and this gap will be in all levels: technology, communication, the worldly affairs, the likes and dislikes, movies, dress, behavior. Everything will have a vast difference. When such a difference of generation come together and they try to live together, obviously there will be issues. The fourth one is overflow of love. This also happen. Particularly, this happens when the mother or mother-in-law are not having any daughters, so that they will have a huge desire to have a daughter, and they dream of having their daughter-in-law as daughter. So they shower love, they buy dress, jewels, or prices and care, as if the daughter-in-law is daughter of mother-in-law or mother herself. And because of this overflow of love, conflict happens. Yes, conflict happens. Why? Because here comes the reciprocation. They expect the same kind of a love, of a motherly love from daughter-in-law. Obviously, daughter-in-law would have her own family, mother, father, and affection. And sometimes it may not be the same kind of reciprocal love. And when such things happen, when the expectation is not fulfilled, then mother-in-law and daughter-in-law will have a issue. So this is also possible, though it is a positive sign of confusion and conflict, but that is also we can see. The third thing is over pampering and spoiling the son. So the mother and the son is having a separate bond. We all know mother and son, and a father and daughter. So the mothers will over pamper son and doesn't allow the son to take care of himself or make him a matured person. And because of this over pampering, also mother-in-law and daughter-in-law will have conflicts, because she didn't properly groom this fellow in the middle. So these are the 5 possible ways where the conflict from mother-in-law side can emerge.